IVM.
Hi,
You're
listening to IVM.
daily.
Hello and welcome to episode 12 of IVM Daily. My name is Abbas and this is a show where the IVM staff talks about stuff that matters to them. And today in the studio I have another debutant with me, a person who's joined in very recently, a new producer called Gaurav.
Hello, everybody.
Hi Gaurav,
Hi, Abbas.
what's happening?
I have a few things to talk about today, actually. The main one being cultural appropriation being done by big companies.
So Gaurav, just tell us something about yourself, man.
Hey, so I'm new to the creative field and new to podcasts in general, and I'm loving working at IVM right now. And I'm really happy to have a platform to, say something about what I think and my views too. So I love the show.
That's great. So what is it specifically that you want to talk about today?
Today, the thing on my mind is about cultural appropriations. The big companies like Adidas right now, they are using Holi, in this example, to promote their line of clothing. They have new clothing and new shoes, and they're using Holi as a way to promote it. Which is, profit making using, Indian culture. It's a bit wrong. So, I mean, to a certain extent, I guess, other cultures and other people have adopted a lot of Indian festivals and all that. Just like, we have adopted Christmas and, we also get a holiday for that. And But there are some big holy festivals happening around the world.
But your basic point is that as long as it's used to merely sell something, there is a problem with that.
Yeah.
And I believe they used, Pharrell Williams is the ambassador, or the face rather, who's selling this.
It's Pharrell William's line, and it's a holy line. And a lot of artists today are using these, like holy, for example, to, promote whatever they're doing. For example, Coldplay
had a video where they played Holi. So do you mean to say that once you do portray Holi, or let's say a company which is not Indian plans to adapt the theme of Holi for something, that they should actually inform or educate the audience about the history and culture of Holi as well? Exactly.
Okay. That's my main point. The thing is, Christmas, everybody knows that, it's the birth of Jesus Christ. And, there's a basic knowledge of why something is being celebrated. But Holi, people it's become more of a gimmick for people rather than the real religious significance behind the throwing of the color, what the color means, and why we actually celebrate it. And personally, I feel like I've been around a few places in the world, and over there they just call it a color party sometimes, and it happens during
But isn't
Holi,
that essentially what Holi is? I mean, I get the point that you would want to educate someone, but when you basically break a festival down to its very basic, Diwali is about bursting crackers, Holi is about playing with colors, Thanksgiving is about the Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas is about presents. So why can't someone not burden themselves with the history and just stick with the festivities?
So here's the thing. Now, if you're giving somebody a gift for a certain occasion, or you're having a big dinner, it's not you're not really doing anything to make profit.
Money out of it, right?
Right. So, if you are making money out of a culture or a certain festival, then I see that there is an issue. Like all these companies, like right now the Pharrell Williams line, a hoodie over there is costing $200 and the word Holi is written on it, when you're selling it. And I feel if you're using the word Holi to sell something like a hoodie for $200,
it's almost like you're saying if you're exploiting us for our money, at least give us some knowledge about that thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And have you seen, I remembered, I came in today morning and then you showed me pictures of this line, and they look pretty atrocious. It's not like they're very attractive clothes or
They're
shoes.
terrible. They look terrible.
The shirts especially look essentially what every Indian male wearing a white shirt looks on after playing Holi, which is just randomly thrown colors on a white shirt. And
Exactly.
you pretty much think that we're pretty much being fooled into, or not we, but people abroad are being fooled into being into buying those clothes just to add that Holi flavor.
Yeah, I think in today's world, the line between what is going to like offend someone or what exactly is misusing of culture is a bit. You can't really see that line that well,
Right.
because I mean, if you like, there are people over here who are like from who come from outside. If you see some person from America wearing a bindi or something, you don't feel that's like too harmful. But if you like Native American headdress, if you wear that is culturally offensive because you're not respecting that, right? But yeah.
So what do you have any idea what would be a way to correct this?
So I just feel that if you're using culture to promote something and you're making money out of it, you should be giving people a little bit, you should be giving the culture a little bit more respect and promote the culture as well as whatever product you're selling.
I mean, taking off the Native American thing that you spoke of, a lot of movies, especially kids' movies nowadays, so Moana was about the Pacific Island culture, about how people live on those islands. Coco was about the Festival of the Dead that's celebrated in Mexico. But those, of course, came from a very authentic place where the actors used and the visuals shown were very inspired by how it is in real life, and which is why people who were represented were very happy about it. Like Coco won the Oscar recently for the Best Picture, and when the filmmakers came on stage, they were very vocal about the fact that how representation actually a white kid sitting in America, when he sees a film like Coco, he or she connects with it regardless of the background, and it just helps people come closer. So I guess that's a good contrast to what you said about educating people or making them aware of in brief about the history and culture, if you're using it to also sell it to people and wanting them to buy into it. So that was our episode for today of IVM Daily. Please do follow us on social media via IVM Podcasts on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. You can follow me on Twitter at Abbas Momin. And Gaurav, what are your social handles if you want to give them out?
No, I don't want to give them out. Sorry.
All right. So Gaurav is pretty new here to trust you guys with his social handles. But we will be back on Monday with another episode of IVM Daily. So look out for that and see you. Have a good day.
As you can see, we have a podcast listener in his natural habitat. Billions of years of evolution have led him to this point. He's on his way to work, and listening to podcasts makes his miserable day better. He will now head to work and use all his knowledge to communicate with other colleagues and possibly future mates. You can find more of his species on ivmpodcasts.com, your one-stop destination where you can check out all the coolest Indian podcasts. Happy listening.